Hey guys, and welcome back to World Tanks with EM237, and today we're going to do a tank review on one of the two German Tier 10 tank destroyers, the Jagdpanzer E100. We'll be seeing how it stacks up against its competitors at Tier 10, and then getting into some awesome gameplay, so stay tuned, we've got that to look forward to. But first, let's run down the statistics of the Jaeger. Now, we're comparing this tank to its opposite number, the Grill 15, the British FE215B183, the more heavily armoured of the British tank destroyers at Tier 10, and the very heavily armoured T110E3 for the Americans. So off the bat, you can see that the Jagdpanzer E100 has the third worst DPM at 2,556, with the Grill having 2,600, the FE, which is firing arm piercing, with the worst at 2,398, and the T110E3, quite surprisingly, having the best at 2,760. Penetration wise, the Jagdpanzer E100 excels, has 299mm penetration, which is obviously less than the FE, but a very small percentage of people will carry arm piercing rounds in FEs, and if they do, they'll use it for tanks with flat surfaces, as FE was kind of built for firing high explosive and high explosive squash head. And it obviously excels the T110E3 by 4mm and 20mm for the Grill. Damage wise, 1050, it's 100 lower than the FE215B183, but it's substantially more than the 150mm gun on the Griller and the 155mm gun, I believe, on the T110E3. Rate of fire wise is pretty abysmal, second worst, 2.43 rounds a minute, the Grill having the second best at 3.48, FE having 2.09, but obviously that's got a larger gun, and the T110E3 having 3.68. Shell velocity, it's alright, it is a standard armor piercing round with this 170mm gun. The Grill 15 having the best at 1,200 meters per second, which makes it very efficient at sniping. FE215B having 830 meters, and the T110E3 870 because they're big slugs of shells and they don't really travel through the air quickly. Potential damage wise, it actually has the highest of the Jagdpanzer E100, being allowed to carry more ammunition than the FE, nearly double actually, which is very useful if you are not particularly good at aiming or you just get unlucky with RNG. Aiming time wise, it's the second worst at 2.59, the Grill having a fantastic and quite frankly overpowered 1.44 seconds, FE at 3.26 and the E3 at 2.40. Accuracy wise, 3.04, it's pretty good, excuse me, to say it's got a 170mm gun, and dispersion wise is very good at 0.17 whilst moving, turning the tank, and well, it doesn't really have a turret, but I guess moving the gun across its fixed angle of fire, which is 8 degrees to the left and 8 degrees to the right, which is on the same as the E3, so it's not as flexible as the FE or certainly the Grill, which can make it quite difficult getting into certain situations where you get outflanked by medium tanks, but tank destroyers are not particularly fun to play. Obviously there is a slight exception with the Jaeger. Elevation wise, 17 degrees, it's not great, but it still means you can hit the sneaky Swedes that decide to climb up on top of hills and cliffs that quite frankly a light tank wouldn't have any hope of getting up. 6 degrees of gun depression, it's alright, it's not great compared to the 7 of the Grill and the 8 of the T110E3, so that makes cresting even small ridges relatively difficult, but you don't really want to be showing your low glacis to anything. Speed wise, it's pretty poor, 30 km an hour forward, 12 backwards compared to the 60 and 15 of the Grill, 34.30 of the FE and 12, and the 24 and 8 of the T110E3. Engine power, it's got the highest at 1200, and power to weight ratio, the weight is a ridiculous 133,940 tons, which is triple that of the Grill, just over double that of the FV, and just under double that of the T110E3. The power to weight ratio is pretty poor at 8.96, and the Grill having 21.25. Terrain resistance is again a pretty poor, considering it weighs like nearly as much as the Mouse. I think the Mouse weighs 170 tons, but obviously like weighing 3 times more than its counterpart. Tank traverse wise, 20 degrees a second, you're not going to be getting this thing around quickly. Although you don't really want to be letting enemies behind you with this type of armour. 200mm of hull armour that's angled is very nice, especially compared to obviously the Grill's a sneaky tank, so you don't want to be taking this thing onto the front lines. And the FV doesn't have particularly good armour to start off with, but its turret's actually quite good at 254mm. Obviously the E3 having a ridiculous 305mm of armour, and obviously again not having a turret. Whilst I'm on about the E3's armour, quick note, you'll notice at the top of the E3's model there's a tiny little commander's hatch up there. You don't want to be shooting it here, because that equates to something like 400+mm of armour, so it's going to be very ineffective. You either want to try and snipe the little commander's hatch either side, I think it's the left hand side one, try and snipe there, or maybe shoot either left or right hand side of the lower glacis. Don't shoot it in the middle, because that's also quite thick. Health wise, it's the healthiest at 2,200, which is very nice. Gives you a lot of flexibility, and you can trade quite well with your enemies. Obviously you can kill a Mouse in 3 shots, and that's got to be something to count for, isn't it? View range 390 meters all across the board. As tank shows, you range got nerfed, so you're gonna be have to have a very skilled crew. So brothers in arms, recon, situational awareness. Probably you might have to take fence or coated optics, but I take binoculars, I believe. Fire chance 15%, it's quite low. I mean, obviously the Germans, you get hit in the front of the tank, that's it, your engine's gone. It's a bit of a pain that, so you might want to take 2 repair kits if you don't want to take a fire extinguisher, because you've only got quite a small chance of being set on fire. And the shell cost, it's very expensive, so if you miss shots or you don't aim them particularly, you bounce them, you're going to be losing money quite a lot in that tier 10. If you don't play well, you will lose money, which is annoying, but when you do have those games where you get 4 or 5k plus damage, you will be making an alright amount of credits. So with that being said, let's see how the Jaeger performs in some. So you join us here on a, sorry about that, you join us for a tier 10 standard battle on the Ruinberg map. So I should change this. This is on 7 settings, which is very young. Anyway, so to see on the enemy team, I was thinking at the start of this game, I will try and push down the middle of the map. I'll try and push into the city at least. I don't want to particularly snipe with the object. Excuse me. Sorry about that. With the amount of mediums they have. And plus, I saw there's IS-3s and the IS-6, and I thought, yeah, we can just go chew on those guys for a bit. So I'm setting up, and I'm just sat on this road, and I'm not sure what I'm doing there, but I'm just waiting for the enemies. And as you can see, the position I am in, all they're going to really have to shoot at is possibly my commander's cupola and the upper glacis and the superstructure, which for tier 8s will be quite difficult to go through. The T-57 Heavy will also struggle, but it's got a slightly higher chance. Also, should note, if you're shooting a Jagdpanzer E100, oh, way up, speaking of T-57 Heavy, yep, pretty poor shot there by me, but I can't really see through. If you go to shoot a Jagdpanzer E100, in a Jagdpanzer E100, you want to shoot it at this little bit here, just to the left and to the right of the gun shield, because as you see it's pretty thick. You want to shoot it here in your pen. As long as you aim it correctly, it will always go through. So a little tip there. As you see, I'm getting advanced, getting charged by quite a few tanks. No ho, trying to find a shot on him, but the 8 degrees of gun yield is quite poor. So shoot the IS-3 instead, just a casual 1018 damage, you know. For a 20-second reload, I've screwed that guy over. For the rest of the game, he just charges, thinking, you know, what the hell of it. And it's so ho, one of the most healthy tanks in the game, but I can two-shot it. Look at that, 1100. It makes absolutely just gigantic hole in the ends. But yeah, excuse me, I've got very bad tickly throat, so I don't know what's up with that. I do apologise. As you can see, no matter how much armour you have, the artillery will always do damage to you, which is an absolute bitch, but oh well. Now, the IS-6. Because 703 shoots me, which is nice, and he high rolls like an absolute bitch. But I'm charging down this IS-6. I'm getting a little bit greedy here. It might have been a slight misplay because the artillery I know is could be focusing on me, but just all his flashbacks are getting killed by IS-6 because I really want to put a shot into him. He tracks me. I use my repair kit on sit out in the open, and I'm just checking on the left constantly, so I don't get flanked. But yeah, I don't really need to aim at that guy. Put a shot into him, kill him, which is nice. Yeah, well, it shouldn't really be in this matchup, but I don't care. It's vengeance on IS-6. So I'm lucky that the artillery didn't take off another half of my remaining hit points. Now it's T-57 heavy. He's probably just saw me and realised, oh god, what am I in? Aiming up against, lucky it was Penny, but he was aiming his tank up to me. Now he uses IS-6 as cover. And thankfully our Lorraine 155-51 puts a shot into him and kills him. So far up to 3,900 damage and 1 kill. Which is, it's not, I mean, obviously 4,000 damage, it's not very difficult in this tank, but I'm happy about that. And there's still a lot of carrying to do if you have any chance of winning this game. Now see the ISU over there. Now this is the reason why this Jagdpanzer E100 is probably one of the only few tank destroyers I would play as long as I have fun. As long as like it goes well. 1,100 health, blind shot, killed him in 1 hit. That's the thing with this tank. It's insane at just one-shotting tier 8 tanks and removing all of their hit points. It's great. Now I'm pulling back here. I see the T-95s coming towards me, and I think about, well, I know I'm going to set up in this position, but I'm worried about these 2 objects, so I keep on pulling back, try and narrow the angle of attack that they can come from. But I decide to advance forward. You see, I'm looking over there, and instead of sitting, I'm just thinking I should really commit and go for it, but I decide not to. What I was going to say is, if this T95, I'll explain what I was thinking afterwards. T95 comes down to 1,800 hit points, it's just 1,150 damage. Yes, I'm getting lucky with my rolls, but still. Now what I do is I try and hug the walls as much as I can, not to avoid the artillery, all of the objects, just this Jagdtiger can get a shot onto him. Fortunately, he doesn't manage to get a shot on, but the T95 defend me. No, he shoots the Jagdtiger, which is a bit unfortunate. The Jagdtiger could have really done with the HP. T95 unfortunately pulls back around the corner. Now I could attack him, but I don't want because of the artillery. I see the objects are behind me. I'm instead of staying in this position, which here is very exposed, what I do is I advance forward, use the T-57 as cover, then I realise, oh, I'll get shot by the objects. Try and find a shot on T-95. I decide to track him so he doesn't come round, losing hit points. Now, we'll be able to get into cover. I think we'll be. I've got enough. This object's going to be coming for me. I get in. Very nice. But what I was going to say is, just pause the replay a second. From this position here, you can get a Jaegeru really into the corner. They can't outflank you. Yes, they can't outflank you in that position, but they can get above you and potentially like just sit on you and destroy you that way. But as you see, it's quite open, whereas this bit is very narrow. I've also got an IS-3 to protect me from any tank that comes down here. I've got this little bit of rubble to protect me and the T-57 from the T-95. Although I'm exposed more to the artillery, as you see, it's a lot safer position, as we're going to see. When the object and the T-95 decide to go through and try and attack me. Now what I'm doing here is I'm keeping my eye on T-95. I try and turn. This object, 140, is still on full health, which is very difficult for me. So, if I shot won't pen me. Beautiful round there. Excuse me, I think he hit my gun mantlet. Just casual, 1100 damage to him. Now, what you guess he would do is you can see me angle my armour. His ISO is protecting me from his shots. Even his heat rounds are going to go through me. I've got the Patriot behind me putting shots into him. Reload, managed to pick up the kill on him. And that was a very decisive moment there. Yes, this Patriot's pretty screwed. What I'm trying to do now is trying to bait the shots on this T-95. Obviously I've got a tiny little bit of rubble there to help me, but I don't want to overcommit. He fires a HE round. I decided to attack him, but unfortunately the Object 261 had relocated to get me as soon as I pulled out, which was a bit unfortunate, but still showing you what the Jagdpanzer E100 can do if it's just allowed to shoot and shoot at its enemies. So, like I said, let's check out the second piece of gameplay. So you join us here watching Lego Tank 986 playing in the Jagdpanzer E100 on a an assault game on the Siegfried Line map. Now, he has spawned, Lego Tank has spawned on the southern part of the map at spawn point 2. And preferably, spawning there if you're a medium or a light tank, as you can see his platoon mate, that's Joey, has gone to spot all the enemies over there and possibly get some shots in across here. 113 bounced off the slow glaciers there, which was very lucky. But his platoon buddy in the T-57 Heavy, who is LOL Kid, LOL Kid, has spawned on, I personally feel, the best spawn for this game, which is spawn point 1. That position allows you to use the bushes up by this where 262A is and also go into the middle. Now if I was in any tank, it doesn't matter what heavy it is, what nation it's from, any tank, I will usually either go here if I'm spawning either side, or go here if I'm in a fast medium tank spawning either side. But I don't really like using this position because you can get shot by enemy tanks up there, and you can get shot by tanks from the back. You're quite exposed to artillery, and you can get shots up. You can get shot from, well, at 113 is. So far his team are down 3 tanks, including his platoon buddy LOL Kid, who just got destroyed by that Batchat 155-58, which is a very nasty artillery. Well, down to 0.5 already. Yeah, the Batchat, it's a very broken artillery. All artillery is broken, but even still, that artillery, it's an auto-loader in an artillery piece that can 5 impunity, has a turret, and is quick. It's not a good idea wargaming. But luckily his team, quite ironically, their Lego Tanks Batchat 155-58 has managed to pick up a kill on the Emil 1, and the T-54E1 has pulled another kill back. So it was 2-5, but it's now 2-6. And LOL Kid is getting flanked by a 113. Now, he's very lucky there, he didn't really angle that much. I have no idea what this 113 was doing. That 113 should have taken more time to aim the shot. But this is what the Jaeger can do. If you get yourself into a tight corner and not let its enemies flank around, this is the Jagdpanzer E100. It's a very heavily armoured tank. And it basically can break tracks with its amount of weight and power. See, 113 can't do anything because he can't get around, so he's blocking him into the wall and aims it. No, still gets fire. So he's doing ramming damage even with light shunts. Puts another shot in. That 113 bounced 5 shots maybe off of him. T-62A puts a round in there. Very lucky that one went in at that quite snapshot round, should I say. But as you can see, Jagdpanzer E100, if you get yourself into a tight corner, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's not. I'm going to be very critical here, Listed. Oh no. Cruelty to small tanks. Now, he's a bit screwed here. He's got 2 auto loaders around him. His T-54 E1 bounces 1. And he must be reloading. But he's very slow on reactions. He sort of turns his tank half to one side each time, but who am I to criticise? I make mistakes, everyone makes mistakes. It's a bit like that T-62A. Comes around the corner, knows the Jagdpanzer E100 here, and he's within the realms of 1 shot. He just gets obliterated. Now, the biggest fear at the moment, if I was in LEGO Tank's position, apart from the 2 autoloaders, would be either that STRV-1030, the Scorpion, or the Batchat. But we know the Scorpion and the Batchat and the STRV are on the other side of the map, which is nice. And he's got support from a T10, which is always good. But his team managed to pull the kills back. It's now 7-11. After that, Patriot just killed the Scorpion G, and now it's 8-11 after the T10 killed the T71. Now, you see the Batchat's flanking. The Batchat is a 1-shot kill, but it looks like he's either off to go and assassinate that Patriot or the T-54 E1. If I was the Batchat, I would go for the Patriot. And then probably the T10. You don't really want to get into a fight with the 54 E1. As you can see, the T-54 E1, the enemy team, is destroying that T10. And yeah, looks like that's why the Batchat's going to assassinate the Patriot. It looks like he missed one. It's the second. Now, I don't know if this Batchat knows that the Jagdpanzer E100 is here. We'll shot in. Fortunately, a bit of a snapshot there, the shell hits. Luckily, the Batchat blows tracks off and T-54 E1 comes to his aid and picks up the kill, which is always nice for moving a Batchat. So, scores are 9-12 now. And this T10's getting into a fight with this STRV-1030. And T-54, which doesn't really end particularly well for him. T-54 E1 puts around the STRV. Looks like LEGO Tank is trying to put a shot into that T-54 E1, remove him from the game, but he's not able to. Now, I'm not sure whether the artillery have relocated, but we've also got to remember that there are 3 artillery on the enemy team, one of which has a turret, and there's also the M4190 who is there. I'm surprised the artillery haven't tried to rush him and kill LEGO Tank, but maybe they're just sat at the back of the map camping, because that's what artillery does. And unfortunately, T-54 E1 gets behind the allied T-54 E1, kills him, and briefly there, LEGO Tank was in a 1 versus 6 situation. He's now in a 1 versus 5 with a 155-58 artillery, an STRV-1030, an M4190, and 2 Tier 8 artillery, the FV-207 and the SU-14-2. All of these tanks can kill him in 1 hit. Now, don't know if you heard that, there's a little clunk of a pole. Focuses the STRV, he's got the better gun. STRV has no idea what he's doing, tries to ram the Jagdpanzer E100. Now the Bulldog, now he rams the Bulldog to death. It was a very bad play from the Bulldog. Batchat comes around the corner. Will he get the kill? No, he's either reloading or... the hell is he doing? I think he's trying to get the side. He fires, he misses. LEGO Tank, make sure this one hits. Uses auto aim, puts a shot in. FV-207 comes around the corner. They're doing the right thing here, they're all rushing at the same time. Will the FV get a kill? He fires, he misses. The artillery, they're rushing a bit here. Turns around. Rams in for 130 times, even with that light little shunt. FV's running away. He's probably crapping himself now. Will he get the kill? Oh, gets the gun round. Picks up the kill. Wow, that was jeez. He had something like 5 tanks on it and rammed 2 of them to death. He was very lucky there, LEGO Tank. Or she. SU-14-2 preempt misses. He's got a look at the bloody Irish here. Will he be able to pick up the kill? No, he doesn't. And yes, that Patriot, that's right. It is unbelievable. Is SU-14-2 going to poke? He has to be wary here because to come around the corner he has to expose his flank. But yeah, as I was saying, And is he going to pick up the kill? This is very risky. The SU-14-2 could be waiting. He decides not to cap. He could have probably won the game by cap. I'm not sure what the counter was on. SU-14-2, not particularly quick machine, but looks like he's running away. He's placing chase, catchy, kissy, kissy with a Jagdpanzer E100 and SU-14-2. Will he be able to pick up the kill? He aims it. The SUs. Yep. Not worried, guys. He's totally had it all under control. But that fight against the FV-27, the Batchat, the M4190, and the STRV, and the T-54 E1 was completely insane. Putting a shot into STRV, then him ramming like a tank, him ramming the bullet to death, the Batchat missing him. Don't know why he fired unless he was on reload. The Batchat missing him, killing the Batchat, the FV missing him killing the FV. That was just insane. So at the end he managed to pick up a 1 versus 6 game, doing 5,455 damage with 8 kills. So let's see how I did. So for my game, as you see, unfortunately it was a defeat. Got a first class mastery badge, duelist, 5 effect and a high caliber award for the 7,700 damage and 7,756 damage that we did. As you see, top on the team by just over double in terms of damage, top of tier 1 experience. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pick up the win here, which is quite fortunate to see our artillery. Didn't do particularly well at tier 10, neither did our T-57 Heavy or our 50B, could have really done with a few more clips there for ammunition. And as you can see, their tier 10 has just outperformed ours heavily, so 907, the T-57 Heavy, doing 4+K damage. And you can see here, shots fired 10, direct hits 10. That was because we were fighting at close range where the accuracy of this thing didn't really come into effect, and we managed to pen 8 shots. And you see, on detailed report, which is a very lucky game actually, because with tier 10, especially this tank having like 2k plus for its ammunition, we actually made a profit of 11,000. As you see, we received 55,000 for the game that we played. No idea what we got for achievements wise, not particularly sure if we had a mission going or not. You see, 22,000 on repairs, 22,000 in ammunition and 3,000 on consumables. But that did net us 1,000 experience, which is always nice to go towards a bit of crew training. And for Lego Tank's game, in the Jagdpanzer E100, he picked up an ace tanker, Hand of God, which is not particularly surprising, a bruiser, duelist, 5 effect and shellproof medal. Getting the coveted Colabanos medal, Valley Walters, a Pascucci's medal, a high caliber steel wall, a Spartan and a Top Gun medal. He got a steel wall for his 4,260 damage blocked, high caliber for the 5,455 damage. They did, as we said. See, on the team score, he certainly carried this game, and with a bit of respect to the T-54 and the T-10, commiserations to the top 3 players here, the Batchat, the T-628 and the T-54 all doing 3k plus damage. Looks like they had a really good game, enjoyed it quite a bit. And see on detailed report, 8 out of 8 shots, 9 shots fired, 8 hits, 8 penetrations, which is very nice. Obviously, you want to be like with a 299mm penetration, you're going to be paying those shots quite a lot. As you see, 45,000 made 19,000 on ammunition, making a 25,000 credit profit, and he managed to get 1,250 experience for this game. And as you can see by the title with the amount of exclamation marks, he was very happy about this game, and you should be, if it is indeed your first Colabanos medal or just absolutely insane. Looking at the SU, him, pretty much 5 out of the 6 tanks that he had to face, it was ridiculous what he was able to achieve. But anyway, my personal opinion on the Jagdpanzer E100, it's a good machine if you're having like a bad day, you just want to make someone else's day quite bad. But the Grille, in pretty much every aspect apart from armour, outdoes it. It has a turreted effect, it has better rate of fire I think, but it's been nerfed slightly. Better accuracy, better aim time, better mobility, better camouflage. I think it's got better view range. I mean, the Grille, it does outcast the Jagdpanzer E100, but there's a reason why the Jagdpanzer E100 has a special name, the Jaeger, because it was the first, I believe the first, yes it will be, the first Tier 10 German tank destroyer, and with this 170mm gun, it's a lot more reliable than, say for instance, the Death Star's gun. So, personally I like this tank, especially the German tank line once you get past Tier 3. Hell, the entire German tank line is good apart from the flat Panzer, the Jagdpanzer 4, that's quite mediocre at best. But it certainly does carry along the reputation of the Jagdtiger up to Tier 10. And it's earned the name of Hunter, if that's what you're thinking. People call this tank the Jaeger. Jaeger in German means hunter, and this thing is a hunter even if it will only do 30 kilometers an hour. It hunts the damage and the big numbers. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do leave in the comments any requests for tank reviews. As always, I'll leave my email in the description. Upload your replay to whatreplays.com and send me the link. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all for some more World Tanks gameplay very soon.